Our purpose is to build a holistic voice that creates a community of like-minded, healthy people for a healthier planet. Our goal is to unify the community, nourishing the growth in mind, body, spirit, awareness, and wellness. We want to engage our community and visitors so they have access to powerful momentum of the holistic presence in our community. We do this by creating awareness through interviews, providing education and awareness of cutting-edge modalities. We also provide access for consumers to quality natural health and wellness professional and practitioners and like-minded business that support this community. Thank you for listening with us on Healthy Planet One. Stay with us for the next interview with our next holistic guest.
Welcome, everyone. This month's focus is all about the creative process and finding joy and fun in daily life through various ways and modalities. This is a very diverse topic, and we have 4 exciting guests that have shared from their fields, from their hearts, and we invite you to listen with us every week. So today, we are so honored and thrilled to have Cheryl Chaffee. Cheryl is the yoga instructor and owner of Garden of the Heart Yoga Center right here in Sarasota. And Cheryl, welcome.
Thank you.
And I know you've been teaching yoga in Sarasota for the last 14 years. And if I'm not mistaken, that particular center has been going on even longer than that. So as I recall, it's at least been in Sarasota for 20 years. Is that correct?
That's close. I believe the studio opened in either 2003 or 2004.
Yeah. And you've taken over and you've done an incredible job with it. It's such a beautiful space, and you have brought a new yoga to Sarasota called Ashaya Yoga.
Yes.
And we're really interested in hearing all about that. But I know that you love yoga and you have some great teachers there. So tell us a little bit about your background, how you got involved, and then we'll get into what Ashaya Yoga is. How's that sound?
That's beautiful. Thank you. So, I think I started learning about yoga kind of the same way most people do. You took a class at the gym or at the Y or wherever, took a class and tried it and said, oh, okay, this feels kind of good in my body. And so, it's a great way to start your yoga journey. And then when I did move to Sarasota back in the early 2000s, I went to this yoga studio. It was called Garden of the Heart Yoga Center. Someone had recommended that I check it out. And after I took, my first class there, I was so delighted by the style of yoga and the way all the teachers there taught. And I said, you know what, I think I should become a yoga teacher. So I kind of immediately signed up for their first available yoga teacher training. And I guess the rest is history.
Was that with Betsy?
Yeah. That was back when Betsy Downing was the owner of the studio. She founded the studio here in Sarasota. Yeah.
Great teacher to have, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you fell in love with yoga, right?
I did. And, some of the things that really I felt made it special was that, as compared to just going to a workout class, at your gym or wherever, there was a deeper component to it. It was more like getting in touch with yourself, going deeper within, and even touching upon, the creativity, which is your theme this month. Just like learning to listen to what the universe is ready for you to listen to and pick up on. And I find that the actual practice of yoga itself can be quite creative. There's so many different ways you can explore your body and your heart and your mind.
Yes. And yoga offers a whole world that opens that up for us. So share with us some of the ways in which your center has opened up that for other people and for yourself.
Okay, well, our yoga center, um, we offer, a variety of classes. And one of the things I really love about it is that we have different leveled classes. So we range all the way from gentle and restorative, which are just ways to come in and release stress and just get a little bit of movement into your body. You don't have to be flexible or strong or anything. Just come as you are and take an hour and a half for yourself to just let go of your life for a little short moment of time. Just tune into your breathing, be with yourself, and enjoy. And then we also teach like technique classes. We have basic, intermediate, and advanced levels, so that depending on where you are, you're going to get an experience appropriate to your skill level and to your learning level. And then in every class, we teach, breath work and some meditation, relaxation techniques, and philosophy. I think that's one of the things that really sets Garden of the Heart apart, is that we focus on like the traditional kinds of, different philosophies that surround yoga. So we're not just worried about the physical practice, but we're really interested in the why as much as the how.
That's beautiful. Give us some examples of some people who've gone through your classes and have really something they've had a great experience. I'm sure you've had plenty of those in your many years of being there. Just give us a couple.
Oh yeah. Well, I get little emails from people all the time, and just I don't know, a couple of months ago there's this couple that they come frequently, and they're probably in their 70s or so maybe, and they came one day and they stayed, and after class they said, I just want you to know that yoga has really changed our lives. They're like, it was beautiful. It just touched my heart in such a sweet way. Just knowing that they feel better in their bodies, that they have more mobility, that they're working on balance, and they can just relax and have a clear vision for themselves. It's really just beautiful to hear. We have students of all ages, all sizes. It really, nobody's going to come in and give you bad feedback maybe, but I've heard from so many people how just having this place to go to has really changed their perspective and has made their life enhanced.
Well, I can vouch for that because I had a client come in who said that very thing about your studio. So just FYI, Kimberly, you have a question?
Yeah. And Cheryl, I just love that you're bringing in all components more, rather than just the movements of yoga, more like really what spirituality is about. But there's this gentle bridge to self-healing that I discuss with clients sometimes. And like fear, there's only love. But sometimes people have this fear of getting into themselves, their self-healing. And I really feel, and you can share, this might be a gentle bridge for them. And right?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things that I love about yoga is that it's not about competition, and it's not about comparing yourself to anybody else, but it's just showing up as you are. I always tell my students, like, yeah, you're going to have fear, but, take your fear along with you and let it know that it's okay. It's okay to be fearful about certain things. We're all going to experience that. It's just part of life. It's part of our emotional body. And we can't just, I like to say, you can't just shove your fear under the yoga mat and pretend it's not there. So part of the Ashaya method of yoga is like looking at all the aspects of yourself, not just what's bright and shiny that you want to put out to the world, but to look at the deeper parts of yourself, look at your sadness, look at your grief, look at what you're afraid of. And so then, as you're doing your physical practice, you're releasing these emotions, you're getting more in tune with them, you're coming to understand them, and ultimately to have a better relationship with yourself. And I think that's really the highest goal of yoga. It's not about whether or not you can touch your toes or pop up into a headstand. Like those are nice things to have, but they're really not the point.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I remember a long time ago when I was doing yoga in an ashram, and I got in a position, and I don't know what hit me, but I burst into tears, and I
Yeah.
was really sobbing. And I think, and it doesn't happen like all the time, but when it does, it feels like such a release. Like you didn't even know, like I didn't even know that there was anything there like that. But the revelation of being able to release that from my being, and I think that's what you're
Mhm.
talking about. Say a little bit more about Ashaya Yoga, because that's a fairly new yoga that's come on the scene, right?
It is. So, Ashaya Yoga is an alignment-based system of yoga. It was developed by Todd Norian, and he's one of my beloved teachers. He's up in Massachusetts. And the yoga, it's about alignment, and it's got, it's all the kind of yoga poses that you're used to, but it's very much heart-centered. So with each class, I'm teaching with a theme. I'm bringing you something to think about and experience at the same time. And I just really love it. It's a beautiful way to practice. Again, all different levels, all different levels of experience.
Uh-huh.
It can be a really strong physical practice. There's also components of it of studying some mantras, different chanting words that you say that you're invoking different energies, different vibrations. So there's that part, and that's an aspect of yoga that, as you know, I really love. I really enjoy the chanting and the mantra practice.
Mhm.
Kind of a side, but
And
it
that
speaks to
this
me.
is something that really sets the Garden of the Heart Yoga Center apart from a lot of others, because you do incorporate mantras and something called kirtans that you do there at the center. You want to say a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Kirtan is a group practice where basically we sing songs together. Usually they're in Sanskrit, which is the language of yoga. And um, it's so hard to describe what Kirtan is because it's different things to different people. But for me, it's an opportunity to sit down, to make a beautiful noise, and to remember the vibration of devotion. So usually in Kirtan, you're chanting different names of some of the different Hindu deities. But the way I look at them, because I'm not a Hindu, it's not my religion. The way I look at the different names are all different aspects of one universal energy. And you could call that the divine or the universe or God or whatever word works for you. Um, and each one of those aspects, like for example, one of them that I love to chant is a Ganesha mantra. And Ganesha is the aspect of the universe that helps us remove the obstacles that are in our path. Another, we could do a chant to the goddess Saraswati.
Saraswati, right? Right.
Yes, right. So when we're chanting, we're just like honing in on these different vibrations, and it's not so much praying to God or a statue or something, but for me at least, I'm those aspects of the self, the part of me that allows obstacles to me is objects, the part of me that destroys that which I no longer need. That would be Shiva or Kali. So it's just another way of being in relationship with the self.
Yeah.
And if you like music, it's really fun.
Yeah. Well, it is, of
And
course,
I love music and singing.
right. And it's all vibration. It's all about frequency. Kimberly and I work in that whole bioenergetic system of frequency. That's what yoga is when you move, when you do movement with your body. And then when you express through your voice, you've got those frequencies going. And I know, anyone who knows like Krishna Das or Deva Premal, you know, they inspire